5 reasons why you lack discipline. And by doing the opposite of these 5 things, by law, you'll be on the path of getting better results because you're avoiding what leads you astray. So become aware of these 5 things. First is your expectations. An expectation is a future imagined outcome. It's what we make up in our minds about the future. And so many people use their expectations in a terrible way. They have disempowering expectations. They say things like, man, I'm going to fail. Man, it doesn't matter how many inputs I put in, I'm never going to get a good outcome. And because of these disempowering expectations, they're not motivated to put in work and be disciplined so they can get a different outcome. So what can we do? Well, one thing is reframe our bad expectation. See, we can have bad expectations. It just depends what we set our expectation on. That's because we can build dread for things. Dread is the energy I get from having a bad expectation. For example, if I am overweight and I want to lose weight, I can have dread towards unhealthy foods like cookies or cake. If I tell myself, man, if I eat this cookie, if I eat this cake, I'm going to get fat. I'm going to lose energy. I'm going to look terrible. Well, I'm building dread within myself. Because these bad expectations, I have energy against doing that task, and that'll give me more self-control to not engage in those delicacies. So reframe your disappointing expectations so you can have energy towards a better outcome. Now, another way we can use our expectations to have more discipline is through urgency. Urgency is the energy I apply to tasks that needs to get done. For example, if there's a math test that I have due 2 weeks from now, I don't have a lot of urgency towards completing it. So I'm not going to have much motivation or discipline towards getting that task done. However, if it's due 2 days from now and I haven't started it, all of a sudden I'm very motivated. I'm going to have a lot of discipline towards the task. Why? Because there's a greater sense of urgency. There's more energy I have to apply in order to get it done. In the same way, we can have mental deadlines within ourselves and have a greater sense of urgency towards a task and build more discipline for ourselves. That's one thing I did with this book. Last year, I told myself, hey, I want to get this done by summer. And by doing that, I was building mental urgency within myself. See, there were no external factors. Like Amazon would have censored my book if I published it today instead of a few months ago. But because of that mental urgency, I had more energy to complete that task and more motivation and discipline to do so. So build that mental urgency and build that mental dread within yourself, and that'll give you energy towards a better outcome if directed in the right way. Now, the second reason people are not disciplined is because of poor focus. Focus is directing your thoughts towards a set purpose. And that's what people do in a negative way. For example, they may need to get out of bed when their alarm clock goes off, but they say, man, this bed feels so comfortable. Man, I'm enjoying my sleep. Man, I don't want to get up. So they're focusing on staying in bed instead of what they have to do in order to get up. And because of that, they're building all sorts of energy towards the bed, a greater desire to stay in it instead of start their day. And now they're less motivated to do so, giving them less self-control. But if they were to focus on something else, focus on the fact that, yo, if I don't get up on time, I'm going to be late for class or late for work, or I'm not going to have time to eat breakfast. When they focus on something else, well, now they have energy towards getting out of bed so they can do that thing that they're focusing on. So choose to shift your focus towards something else, and it'll give you more motivation, give you more discipline, more desire for a better outcome. Another way we can use focus to become more disciplined is by directing it towards the positive outcome we desire. For example, recently on my YouTube channel, I had someone post a positive comment, and then someone right below it posted a negative comment. Now, I got to choose what voice I was going to listen to, the positive guy or the negative guy. And so many people just choose the negative. Why? Because it's already aligned with how they see themselves. They don't see themselves reaching their goals or see themselves accomplishing great things. They have such a low sense of identity. So because of that, they choose to tune into voices that confirm the identity they already believe about themselves. And I could do the same thing, or I could focus on the positive comment, and that'll give me a sense of belief that, hey, I have good videos. Hey, what I'm saying is helping people. And by doing that, I have more motivation to continue to do what I'm doing. Same thing with my YouTube channel. I am getting less than 100 views on a lot of videos. Okay, I can focus on that. Man, not many people are watching me, comparing myself to other people. Or I can focus on the fact that I'm getting better. Or I can focus on the fact that people like my videos. I can focus on something else. And whatever I choose to focus on, I have energy towards that. So as I focus on the fact that, hey, people watching my videos, I'm getting better at speaking. Well, now I'm more motivated, more disciplined to continue to act in that way. So choose to focus on the positive, and that will also help you become more disciplined. Now, the third reason people are not disciplined is because because of a lack of accountability. And this is something I realized this week. See, recently someone told me about accountability, and I was like, man, I don't need accountability from someone else because I'm already accountable to God. Like, I'm aware that He watches me, and that already motivates me to have discipline. But recently, again, I asked one of my friends to keep me accountable for something I was struggling with, and that's social media. See, I have to have social media because I post videos on it every day. Hashtag follow Austin_inspiration.daily for daily Instagram videos. Anyway, so I post videos every day on social media. And because of that, I wanted to keep the app. And I often find myself just scrolling for no reason. It wastes energy and wastes mental bandwidth out of my day. So I told my friend, I was like, yo, keep me accountable for this. Keep me accountable for going on social media. And guess what? So far, I haven't scrolled on social media. Like, I haven't scrolled at all. And like, it's been great so far because of my sense of accountability. I don't want to give my friend a bad impression or give my friend the knowledge that I broke my word. And that motivates me to be disciplined. And I can also tell that my desire for it is starting to die down. And because of that, eventually, I won't even need my friend to keep me accountable because I have a less of a desire for it. I have control over that thing. So when we have that sense of accountability, we can all of a sudden have more discipline because we're motivated to keep our accountability partner happy in a sense. And the fourth reason why people don't have discipline is because they lack mental toughness. Mental toughness, as my basketball coach defines it, is your ability to do something despite how you feel. See, anyone can work hard and be disciplined when they want to, but when they don't, that's where a lot of people crumble. Why? Because they made a choice and not a decision. See, a choice is different than a decision. A choice is picking an option, saying, hey, I want this right now, so I'm going to choose this. But it's easily changeable. It's only temporary a lot of times. A decision, on the other hand, is cutting yourself off from any other possibility. It's staying committed no matter what happens in the future. It's being faithful. One way to see faith is how long you can persist without knowing when the outcome is going to come. Like, how are you faithful even though it doesn't look like you're going to succeed? That is making a decision. I love how Inky Johnson defined the word commitment. Commitment is staying true to what you said you're going to do long after the mood you have set it in has left. So even though right now you say, man, I'm committed to working hard. I'm committed to being disciplined. I'm committed to getting my work done. You're in a good mood. You feel like doing something. But when you don't feel like doing it, that shows your commitment. That shows your mental toughness, your ability to do something despite how you feel. So when you have mental toughness, all of a sudden, you're going to be more disciplined. So other than making a decision, how can we be mentally tough? Because the fact that you can make a decision shows you're already mentally tough. Well, one answer is through motivation. Now, I just said is doing something despite how you feel. So how is it motivation? Well, motivation, not in the sense that I feel like doing something, but in the sense that I have a why for doing something. I'm motivated because of a reason. So when we have a strong enough reason, we're going to push past any other obstacle. I love how Eric Thomas said it. He said this about the lion.
The lion does not need to be pushed. The lion does not need anything external. That thing that it needs is inside. And so every single day, the lion wakes up and he runs and chases the gazelle. Why? Because he realizes that if he is to survive, if his kids are to survive, he must eat.
See, the lion is mentally tough, not necessarily because he made a decision or because he has some external factor. No, it's because he has a why. If he does not hunt, his family does not eat. So he wakes up and he hunts. In the same way, when we have a strong enough why, we're going to be like the lion and wake up and be disciplined so we can accomplish that goal. And lastly, the fifth reason why people aren't disciplined is because they don't want to be. It doesn't matter their focus or their expectations, how many goals they have, accountability. If they don't want to be disciplined, they're not going to be disciplined. So we have to make a decision to say, hey, I want this and I'm going to do what it takes to get it. We have to be willing to put in work to be disciplined. Make the choice, not the choice, make the decision to be disciplined today so you can get better outcomes, not just in your relationships, not just in your spiritual life, but in every aspect of your life, because discipline impacts every area of your life. Better discipline, better life. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to learn more about being disciplined, check out my channel. I try to post at least 2 videos every single week about discipline. Also, if you'd like me to speak for you, DM me at Austin_inspiration.daily, and I'd love to come to you and speak to you, speak with you, speak to an organization or a team or anything you let me speak towards. I love to talk about discipline to other people, no charge involved. Also, if you want to learn how to become influential, I wrote a book. It's called Controlling the Controllables. And the message is when you are disciplined, you can inspire others to be disciplined. Why? Because you can lead by example. Others see your discipline and they see the good outcomes you get from being disciplined, and that inspires them to do the same. So if you want to learn how to do this, check out the book. You can find it on my website, awesomemarriage.com. And thank you guys for watching this video about being disciplined. Make sure to have good expectations, focus, accountability, and be mentally tough. And you will get good outcomes in your life from being disciplined. So thank you for watching.